Hello. Oh, wait, what? Okay, so this is my first live. Okay, I have two viewers. Sorry. This is my very first live, so I'm not sure who is currently joined, and I guess it doesn't really show an image of me while I'm doing the live and showing the tutorial. So we start in about 3 minutes. I'm going to allow people to go ahead and log on. And once we get a couple more people logged on, go ahead and start at 6 o'clock. So in the meantime, if you do have any questions, I will be addressing questions towards the end of the, let me put on here. It's not really telling me who's joining. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Let me see how I do this. Okay, I'm going to wait till 2 more minutes until we get started. If you do have questions, you can put them in the comments and I will address them afterwards. If you have any questions throughout the training, you can go ahead and put them in the comments. I'm going to go through the training beginning to end, and I will kind of be reading what you guys are posting. It does not tell me who is joining currently. This is my first time doing a live by sharing a screen, so I'm not very familiar yet how that works. I'm used to just doing live face to face, listening to everyone, send messages in, collaborating, but we're going to get through this and we're going to go over how to create branded post in Canva. So I do have my windows up ready to go so you guys can see step by step how we create branded posts in Canva. We're going to start in about 1 minute and we're going to cover also how to set up your brand palette, how to use your web colors, where to find those, how to locate your web colors if they were not provided for you, or if you made your logo yourself. Also, post selection in Canva, how you can select the correct size post or how to resize posts to fit different platforms. Also, consistency in design post fonts, selecting your font colors, how to upload those in Canva Pro. And some of these features are only available in Canva Pro, but you could also use what they have available, or also add your colors manually. But it is nice to go ahead and have those readily available when needed. And then we're also going to go over coming up with captions and titles, and we're going to go over how to remove image backgrounds. So this is our sample post. You can see the image does have the background removed, and we'll go ahead and discuss how all that is done as well. Also, my dog is making noise, so excuse her in the back making noise. I apologize. Okay, so if you just logged on, we're going to go ahead and get started. It's 6 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining. I'm sorry you can't see my face. Or I don't think you can, at least. I hopefully can see your comments coming through. If not, I might need to switch the mode towards the end of the video. I am going to go through everything beginning to end, step by step. So throughout the process, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave your comments and I will address them at the end and do some Q&A. All right, so the first step we're going to go through is how to generate your color palette. That way you have it ready to go, kind of get set up in Canva. So if you don't have a account yet, I would definitely go to Canva and create one. It is free. You don't have to have a pro membership. I personally do have a pro membership because I wanted to be able, oh, sorry, this is in the way. I was trying to record this live. I do like to go in and do extra things that only pro allows you to do, like create a branded kit, which you'll see here in the tools. It says brand. So to start with, before I jump straight into the whole process with Canva, I do want to show you how to locate your web colors. So I'm going to use one of my clients, Dr. Harpreet. as my little guinea pig here, and I'm going to pull up her logo. So there's this cool URL, and I'll share these later on in the comments. It's called tools.picart.com. And in this, you can go in and actually upload your logo if you have not gotten your web colors. And this actually makes it very easy, and we'll go over how you can make your palette next. So what I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start over so you can see how I do it from the beginning. So when you get to this website, you're going to be able to upload an image. You can either drag the image or upload it. I'm going to go ahead and drag her image. I already have the file open. And as you see, the colors didn't generate perfectly, but it's okay. It's very easy to go in and fix. So I'm going to click on this first one here, and I'm going to hit explore. Sorry. Let me start over. So I'm going to go ahead and click right here and click on one of these. Of course, now there we go. I'm going to hover over, and you'll see the color changed. And then I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to move this over the color, and you'll see it change. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with each one. There's 3 colors in this palette, and I'm going to create those. So these are my 3 colors. I'm going to make sure, yeah. There we go. All right, so I'm going to trash these other 2 that do not apply. So there is my color palette for the 3 colors that this logo has. And then when you hit explore this palette, it will show you now what they call the web colors. So here at the bottom, you'll see that the web colors are showing. And if you're just logging in, go ahead. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. We're going over how to find your web colors on your logo using this tool here. So right here, I'm just going to click on this. It says click to copy. So it copies it very easily. And I like to sometimes work with tabs. It makes it easier for me to go back and forth between the different programs I'm using. So this is all I'm using Chrome. That's the web browser I'm currently using. And I'm going to hit home. And then if you have the Pro, you'll hit brand. And as you see, I already have different brand colors from previous clients and also things that I work on. So I'm going to go here and click this plus sign, and I'm going to add a custom palette. Okay, so it's going to go, sorry, at the very bottom. You can rename it. So this would be Coronel. So this is my client's DPC. I'm using her as an example today. I'm going to now paste that color in here. Now I'm going to go back to this one, do the next one, add another plus sign, paste, and one more time. I'm going to copy the color here, and I'm going to paste it. So those are now my 3 colors. She does also have white, which you could always drag this as one of her colors. I'm going to go ahead and add the white in there so that it's already included. And occasionally, if I need different shades of color, I can always go in and make different shades for my client or for myself that are within that color palette. And I'll show you how you can do that. But these are her 3 main colors. So then from there, I'm going to next create a project. And this is where I'm going to make my post. So it's easy to create a project because if you go to the home page, just as an example, and you scroll down, eventually you're going to have a lot of just designs. And to keep it nice and clean, you could create the projects by month or by just your practice itself. And that way you can keep everything in order. So I'm going to hit projects, and I'm going to change the view to folders. And I did make one for this tutorial, but I'm going to teach you how to make one. You're going to hit this plus sign up here in the top right corner, and you're going to hit add folder. And then you're going to name the folder whatever you want. If it's, what month are we in? July. These would be your July 2022 posts. And that way you can keep everything clean. If you have people that help support your practice and admin staff or whomever might help you do this, you can actually send them an invite for their email, and then both of you guys, or however many of you guys, will have access to the folder. So I'm going to go ahead and open my DPC social tutorial. I did make a couple, but before I jump into editing using this, I do want to show you guys some ways to get templates that are already on Canva and how to edit those. So I actually used one yesterday to make this telemedicine one, but I want to show you how to make some other ones and how to get ideas and how you can tweak them yourself so you can create content. So I'm going to hit add new and I'm going to hit design. And I'm going to put create new, and then I'm going to select Instagram post. So that will make sure it's a square. So before we proceed, you'll see it opens up a blank artboard. And here on the left, you have different templates, but I like to type in what I'm looking for. So in this case, you'll see I looked yesterday, doctor tips. So I might just put doctor, and then I'm going to see different ideas. Now, sometimes I might see something and I like the concept or I like the inspiration. And so I might choose that as an option. And so or maybe I want to give tips. And so that's when I looked up yesterday, Dr. Tips. And then there was like this one here. And I like to delete elements. I just like to get a basis or an idea of what I want to use. This is a tip. And if you notice, if you click on it, it will go ahead and pop it right into your artboard. Now, I don't want this design, so I'm going to go ahead and just delete that by selecting all of it with my cursor. So all I did was drag it, delete it, hit delete, and then I just deleted the background. So this is where you can go and find more ideas. And I'm going to go ahead and go back to the tutorial of the one I was using as the template today. So I'm going to go ahead and open this one. So let's say this was a design I picked from this side here. I didn't, but let's say I did. I would then go in and edit. So obviously this would be my client who has different brand colors. So it'd be, I changed the text. So that's her last name. And her fonts are different with her brand. So what I would do is go in here by hitting the fonts name by the font size. So if you hover, well, I guess because I already opened it, if you hover over, it will kind of tell you what those things are. And I'm going to see if her font's in here. It is. Okay, so her font is Philosopher. And I'm going to go ahead, and then we also use some block font for her as well. So I'm going to try to make this font a little bit thicker. So I'm going to find the original font, and I'm going to see if they have a thicker version of this one, a bold version. I might be a little too bold, so I'm going to look if they have a semi-bold. Okay, so because her name is a little bit shorter, I might stagger it so it looks a little different. Another cool tool in Canva is you can go hit right here, this one with the spacing, and you can actually, I wish you could see, I can't move that. You can actually bring the text in or out. And so I brought the text a little bit closer together. Or I can make this one the clean font and change this one to Philosopher, which is her Coronella Health logo. Now you may ask yourself, which sometimes is a question I get asked, is should I put my logo on there? Honestly, when you see a lot of them, you could, but people are going to come to your page and the idea is for them to get the information, and I'm going to teach y'all how to make captions so that way you can go ahead and put in more information like call to actions and stuff, and we'll go over that next. So right now I'm going to kind of maybe stagger this. I might make this a little bit smaller. And what I'm trying to do is find like a balance so it doesn't feel unbalanced. So I'll be like, did you know that Dr. Harpreet offers telemedicine visits? So sometimes I'll just kind of play with this. And to select several pieces of text at once, you would click on one, hit the shift and hold shift down, and you can create several, and you can also group them if you want, so you can keep them together. So those are different ways you can use this. So right now I am going to finish laying out the design a little bit. I'm going to leave this as is. Have direct access to your doctor when you need for one flat monthly fee. And then I'm going to actually upload Dr. Harpreet's image. I'm going to delete mine and upload media here. Let me see. And I created a sample folder. So I'm going to put in 2 pictures for 2 reasons. One is going to show you her image without a background. And then the other one does have a background, but I want to show you that the tool works both ways, whether it has a clean background or if it has trees in the background. So I'm going to pull her image over, and you'll see that her image is in there. And I'm going to hit edit image. And right here where it says background remover, I'm going to click on that. And it's going to automatically delete the background to the best of its ability. So now you see the image, the background's gone. You can crop it by pulling these in. And there's her lovely image. And I told you I'll show you also how it works when there's trees. So I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to pull in this one here. I'm going to make it a little larger. I'm going to hit edit image, background remover. So I'm going to let it do its thing. And again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to start dropping your comments and questions so I can answer them. So you'll see it actually moved the images. Now, sometimes, it's not super perfect, but it definitely helps. And in order to crop, you're just going to pull these right in here. So that way you don't have all this overflow. So I do like the other image. I'm going to use this one as my example, but I wanted to show you that it does definitely work, even if there is a lot going on in the background. Let's see. Oh, someone says the volume's really low. Sorry, I just saw that right now. Let me see if I can put on my headphones. Give me one moment. Okay, let me know if this is better in the comments. I just put my headphones on. I don't know if that's going to help the audio much, but please let me know if it does help the audio. If you can just drop in like a yes, no, maybe. Let's see. I guess it's not really telling me. I don't know if this is making it any better. Okay, thank you, Doc Howard. Okay, thank y'all so much. Okay, I see y'all's comments coming in. Thank you, thank you. All right, well, I did put on my headphones, so hopefully y'all can still hear me. So thumbs up if you can. So I went ahead and inserted this image, and now I want to, okay, perfect. Thank you, Liz. All right, so I'm going to change the background colors. Obviously, this is not her brand, so that's where I like the toolkit that they offer with the Pro option. If you don't have that option, let's say you really just don't want to pay for the Pro, I would go ahead and press this here, and you can still type in those same codes in here. You just have to manually do it every single time. So that's why I think the Pro only costs like $12.99 or less than $15 a month. So for me, it's worth paying the $15. So I have all these extra features, and also gives you access to additional graphics and other stock images that the free version doesn't allow you to have. So that's just a little side note. So let's say I want to put this in the pink background. So I'm going to go ahead and go here, and I'm going to double click on her background color. And I'm going to change this to her purple that I have on here. So it's a little darker. As you can see, the hint slowly changes. Oh, sorry, I'm clicking mine. And then this one. And then I'm going to change the button to maybe the darker color here. And sometimes I just play with it and see which one looks best. And then sometimes I like to use whatever the background color is as the text if it is still legible. You could also use the white if you want to use the white. I could change this one to white as well. So you see how it starts coming alive to make it a little bit easier to read. And then there's certain graphics, and we'll go over graphics, but there's certain graphics that actually allow you, if you look up here in the top left corner, to change the colors. So I can change these to whatever colors I want. I might change one to white and then change the little dots. So you see how the dots just changed colors. And then I might change this one to, oh, sorry, wrong one. Let me see. This one to, not pink, but let's see the purple. So you can play around and see which ones you like. Let's say you don't like this graphic at all. You could go in and hit elements. And you can, normally I'll just delete it and I'll go in here and look for like speech bubble. And so I might just pick one of these as one if I like it, or a different speech bubble. I think I typed communication yesterday. So like there's another one. It's pretty much similar to the one I just had, but a little different. And then you can just resize it by pulling these corners. Let me see. And then, this is the reason why you might want to crop it in a little bit. And also, if you can take pictures, sometimes I just use like a selfie light and a camera, and I'll just pull away from the screen, and I'll just take a picture a little bit further where you can see my shoulder. So that way, when I crop out the background, you can still see like the whole outline of the person. Or I at least try to see if one shoulder's showing, and then let's say like her shoulder wasn't, I just pull it to the edge and it would just crop at the edge. But it's nice when you can have that flexibility to move the image wherever you want. So I might do that just to show you as an example. So again, I would highlight. So what I'm doing, I'm clicking down on my mouse and just dragging. And then I'm just going to slide this over, and then I'm going to put her image now on this side. And then I might change the alignment on here. So there's ways for you guys to make it work. Like, don't feel like you're stuck with just the layout how it currently is. And I now might move the speech bubbles down there and pull this over. And then maybe I feel like this looks better here, and I just want to pull this all over to the left. So again, you'll just have to get a feel for what you like. I kind of like this layout on this design a little better with this image. And mind you, I'm going to maybe change the colors here. So let's say I want a lighter pink. I'm going to click on this and hit the plus. So you'll see it's still already in the color palette. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to lighten it up just a little bit. And then I'll do the same with one of the other colors. So let's say I want to use this purple, but I feel like the purple is a little, is clashing with the background. So I'll go ahead and hit the plus sign right here on document colors. And I'm just going to drag it a little bit. And then I'll just kind of adjust it and see how I like the way it's laying out on this particular layout. So this is how you would make the post. I'm going to go ahead and maybe make her image a little bigger if I wanted. And you can kind of decide if you need to move it up or move her down, scoot her over, wherever you feel your image should go. Let me go ahead and pull this up. So one more thing I do want to show is you'll see, I don't know if you can see it, but two things. This has a grid in it, so you can see when the cross comes on that it's centered completely on the top half. Or you can see there's now a square. So that means you're like inside that safe zone that it won't get cut off, or it'll be still easy to see. So you could always pull it up within that safe zone. And then I might even screw this up just a little bit. And that's it. So now her picture is done, and I want to go over making the caption. Let me see how I'm on time. Okay, I have 9 more minutes before I take, or about I'm going to take about 4 more minutes, and then I want to take about 5 to 10 minutes of questions after. So right here at the bottom, you'll see there's this notes section. So I actually kind of created something last night. So that brings me into my next little tip. So right here, I have this thing that I use, getemoji.com. So when I'm not on my cell phone, which most of the time I do all this stuff on my cell phone, but if I'm not on my cell phone, I'll go in here and I'll pull emojis, normally check marks, anything that will catch the eye. You don't want long run on sentences. If you do write in paragraph form, break up the paragraphs just so it's visual, because when people see one long paragraph, they just aren't going to want to keep reading. So I like to use the check marks. So I'll scroll down here. You can search for them, but just for time's sake, I'm going to just scroll down and find them real quick. And so right in this whole section, you have the hearts and you have the check marks and you have the X's for no. So you can go in and use any of these that you want. So I'm going to go back to my pre-made list here. So I said top 5 pros to telemedicine visits. So you want to get kind of like something catchy, like a question or like a tip or something to engage your audience. And then from there, I did my 5 tips. Great for minor treatments, quick access, no wait times, no travel required, convenient. And then like if you agree, so you want to get them engaging with your post. And then for more information, which I did not put that in properly, but for more information available, for more or just more, hold on, pause. All right, more information available in my bio link. So then a call to action. You want them to go to your bio link. So you want to have a link in there, and I'll probably do a tutorial a different day how to do some of those link trees and how instead of them just going straight to your website, you can have an enrollment button will take them straight to enrollment or straight to the website for more information. Or they can just go straight to your website and read more about what it is DPC is and what you have to offer. So I like this because as you create more and more designs, you kind of have now this little library of your own personal content creation all in one place. So that's pretty much it. I believe I covered everything. Let me just kind of look over call to action, the post, the emojis, how to remove a background. And let's go back to our thing in here. So, post sizes. That is one thing I did forget to mention. So let's say you wanted to use this for a story. You could go back and you can actually, if you see resize up here in the blue header, you can actually pick this to fit resize. So you can either copy and resize or resize the current one. I'm going to go ahead and resize the current one for time's sake. And you'll see that now it created a different layout. So you can always make also the text a little bit bigger by dragging, by selecting both. So it'll save you time not having to like rewrite some of this, and you can now post it on your story too. So now you have the same exact design. I literally took me 2 seconds to convert it. And then lastly, how we would save. And there's this back button. So I'm going to go back to my post when it was an Instagram post. Oh, it doesn't let me. So I'm going to go ahead and resize it back to the Instagram post. Let's see. And it's going to make me pull this all back up. So mind you, I'm just pulling the shift and pulling this up to fit back to how I had it. So if you do accidentally delete something or get rid of something, you do have that back button. You can also, like I said, hold down the mouse and just drag so you can capture all of that at once, so you don't have to worry about moving them one by one. And lastly, to save, you're going to hit the share button, and then you can hit download, and it gives you different options. I think the free option lets you do PNG or JPEG. I forget which one because I have the pro version, but you can download it to be an image, and then you can post it on your Instagram with your notes that you created. So now I'm going to go ahead, and I don't know how to stop sharing my screen. Let me see if I can find how to stop sharing the screen so I can see you guys. And maybe I don't know how. But go ahead, if you can, start leaving me your questions so I can review them. of whatever maybe wasn't clear or any other questions you may have. Let me see if I can go to the front end of this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go to the other side of the live product. Let's see. Here we go. Let me see if I can turn this off. How do I do this? I'm like, should I just turn it off and come back? I'm not 100% sure. For some reason, it's just not allowing me. But I am, okay, could you please repeat the website for emojis? Sure. So it is getomoji.com. So that is the emoji website I use when I'm on my computer. And I'll make some other lives later, like how to post from your computer, how to, let's see, how to also set up things on auto post in the future if that's easier for you and such. I was trying to turn off the share screen, but I guess I don't think it's allowing me to. Again, I apologize. This is my very first live sharing a screen, so I really am not very sure how to do that part. Yes, thank you so much. That is it. And then the other one I'll post in here is the color palette generator tool. Let me go back to the main page from an image. So I'm going to copy this so y'all can use this for your, that's where you would insert an image and you could pull your colors. Let's see. Any other questions you may have that I can help answer? I am trying to see if I can stop sharing the screen by any chance. No, I guess it's not allowing me to. Let's see. Nope. Okay, any other questions? I am checking right now if we have any other questions. I only saw those on here.